fuck, man, I can't get the picture to show. They changed so many elements. Seriously. Okay, going into chat. Hey guys. We got it going live. Go on airport mode and then come back on. already set it up here, then leave me alone. Try now, dude. I'm online. Yeah, I'm here. Power keeps going up and down here. All right. Yeah, Omar. We're doing the best we can. It should be, Kier. Try turning your device on and then off, or off and then on. All right, looks like I'm connected. Yeah, Mark, see you, buddy. Use your hotspot. I can't do this right now. Good job. Intermittently. I can hear you. I guess it's working for everybody else. Yeah, I keep getting booted out of chat.
And knock on wood, it still works like the first day I bought her. And I recently upgraded to the new K8, which we're going to show you in a few minutes. And the only reason I did that, because everyone was raving about it. And now that I have it, I understand why. So we'll talk about the new K8 in a second. But I want to also talk about the accolades of Enagic. Why is Enagic why is it so unique? Why is this company so different from all the rest? Well, number one, our record, our certification, they speak for themselves. You want to talk about the strictest guidelines for manufacturing, we've got it. We've got ISO 14001, 13485, 9001. A lot of people don't know what that means. I do, because like I said, I used to be in the aerospace. And when I checked out Enagic, what impressed me was that this particular company has actually been endorsed by over 6,500 medical professionals. Now, when it comes to ionizers, you probably may have not heard of one. I didn't know what an ionizer was. But in Japan, these things are as common as a coffee maker. And when it came to approving one ionizer, this association, which other certificates are on the screen, you can see them all on enagic.com, 6,500 doctors said, hey, Enagic is the one, and we're going to stick with that one. So we're really excited about that. But what I'm really excited about is that we now can boast to say that we are actually WQA certified. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Water Quality Association, they are the watchdog of the water filtration industry. And because of this gold seal that we now have, we are actually seeing Enagic technology showing up in the finest restaurants, daycare centers, spas, gyms. My wife and I were at a bed and bath the other day, Eric, here in Pasadena, California. And yeah, we spent the night at what was it called, the Bristle House. And you know, when I never stayed at a bed and breakfast, the chef came out, and as he opened the door to the kitchen, I saw an SD501. I said, "Excuse me, sir, how do you know?" So it's amazing how ubiquitous these machines are going to be. And within the next 5 to 10 years, I promise you, many people that you currently know are going to be proud owners of this technology. So we're going to talk about how you can get positioned for this tsunami of Kangen water that's about to come here to North America. Oh, but yeah, I want to talk about exciting. the actual machine, Eric. Do we have a slide of the K8? I think you got one coming up here. That's our certificate of compliance, the WQA. Okay. We want our viewers to see the actual device. There it is. She is a beauty, and this little thing. I didn't realize how sleek it was until I actually got it. I took it out of the box. It's a lot more compact than the classic 501. It makes 7 different waters. It makes your alkaline waters. We're going to talk about why that's important. It also makes your beauty water. So ladies, for skincare, this is unbelievable. And for men also, you should use it because it's great for an aftershave and just on a hot day and during the sun. Beauty water, it has a perfect pH for your skin. It also makes 2 very unique waters. The 11.5 pH, which is a high pH, it has many different uses. We actually use that to remove all the pesticides from our produce, Eric, and it's unbelievable how delicious our food tastes. Oh my gosh! When we rinse it with the 11.5, and then the 2.5. I was shocked, Eric, when we found out that they're actually using the 2.5 pH water in hospitals to disinfect and sanitize wounds. It's unbelievable what this 2.5 water can do. Oh man! And this is revolution. So when people call it a filter, Eric, I kind of get offended because this is not a filter. A Brita doesn't do what we just talked about. So this is a very, very unique technology. Let's get into the actual water. Why is Kangen water so unique? There's 3 reasons, and I want to talk to you about them quickly. I don't want to take a lot of time because we've got some phenomenal speakers tonight. Wait till you hear their stories. But I do want you to know what sets Kangen water apart from every other water that I've seen. And I've been involved for 9 years. I get so many people approaching me, Eric, with the latest and greatest potion, lotion, magic, liquid, juice, and all this stuff. Let me tell you, I can put the Pepsi challenge to anybody right now. Remember those, Eric, the Pepsi challenge? Okay. I can tell anybody tonight, you will never find anything when it comes to antioxidation, anything as powerful, even 50% as powerful as Kangen water when it's fresh from this K8 machine. We're going to talk about the power of ORP and how strong this anti-aging property is. The second property is the superior hydration. I really challenge you, when you get this thing hooked up, I want you to do as much, try to drink as much as you can in one sitting. And I promise you, you're not going to feel bloated. You're going to feel refreshed. You're going to feel
amazing.
light, and it's going to just move right through your body. So, and it's because of the dissolved hydrogen in the water. So that's the second unique characteristic. And the last one is the pH, the alkalinity. And why is that important? We're going to talk about that in a second. So let's go back to the anti-aging. We all know what that is, Eric. You cut an apple in half. After a few minutes, it starts to brown, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's what's happening to our cells. I've heard the doctors and all the scientists say that we have anywhere between 70 to over 120 trillion cells. The reality is that our body is just a bunch of cells, and they're bathed in actually 75% water is what our body's made of. So when we look at the oxidation process, we're actually rusting from the inside out, and that's what's called aging. What if you can actually slow down aging? And I'm going to tell you what I learned from Dr. Horace Filzer. He's one of the doctors on the medical board that Enagic has, and I asked him, I said, Dr. Filzer, how many antioxidants would I have to eat to be able to equal, let's say, a glass of Kangen water? I couldn't believe what he said. He said that I would literally have to eat a tableful of fresh fruits, broccoli, spinach, blueberries, any antioxidant you can name. He said you would literally have to eat a tableful just to equal half a glass of Kangen water when you talk about the anti-aging property, okay? So here is where the coolest part comes. He called it an antioxidant delivery system. I never heard anyone say that. It's an antioxidant delivery system right at the touch of a button in your kitchen counter. So let's look at the next screen. You're going to see how powerful Kangen water is. Traditionally, when we talk of antioxidants, you think of blueberries. You think of maybe vitamin C, fresh orange juice, carrot juice, spinach, all those things, right? Well, they've actually been able to measure antioxidants in liquid form in something called ORP. ORP stands for oxidation reduction potential. There you see, thank you, Eric. You see on the screen. So if we were to measure a fresh glass of orange juice, freshly squeezed, you're going to get about a -50. What does that mean? Minus is actually good in this case because it's reducing the oxidation. That's why it's a negative number. You may even hear this water called reduced water. I know in Asia they call it redox water or reduced water. So here, look at all the way to the left. You see that -400? Well, that's a very conservative number because here in my house, I'm here in the San Fernando Valley, I hooked up the K8 and I actually got, I kid you not, I think I took a picture of it, I got a -830, Eric. I could not believe that. I could not believe it.
It's a powerful machine. That's awesome.
It blew me away. So now, what's happening to Americans when they go to the grocery store, they buy their bottled water, and I'm not picking on anyone. I mean, take your pick, whatever one you're drinking, right? You can actually measure it. There's a little meter that they have. You can measure it, and every bottled water I've tested, even the high expensive ones, have all been in the 100, 200, even 300 positive. That means that it's accelerating the aging in your cells. So ladies and gentlemen, here's the tip. If you want to get old fast, you see that green bottle all the way on the right? Okay, that's what you want to drink. If you want to really get nice and old really quick, drink a bunch of that stuff. But if you want to stay young and if you want to be healthy, then you got to go all the way to the left, and you see that beautiful device right there, and that is, like Dr. Filzer said, an antioxidant delivery system. So I get excited about that, Eric. I'm sorry. But it's just, you know, I love this water.
I'm excited about it. So the K8 is a very impressive machine. It's one of our newest machines, so it's just absolutely powerful. Provides a lot of, you know, we got 8 plates in there, so it's really cranking it up, man.
Yep, absolutely. And like I said, Eric, I was fighting it. I didn't want to get it because I said, hey, my 501 works, but I came in. You know why, Eric? Because everyone was bragging about how much they loved it, and I said, man, I better get one of these. So I hooked it up. I've had it for about a month now, and I never looked back. So it's actually, and it's going on a plane with me in a few days. On Friday, I'm going to El Paso, and you better believe I'm taking it with me. But I want to tell the viewers real quick because we're running out of time. The other two properties, I want to talk about the actual the hydration. Okay, this hydration. When you pour the water in a glass, okay, when you hook this thing up to your kitchen, I want you to pour it in a clear glass and hold it up to a light right when it comes out of the machine, and you're going to see all these tiny little bubbles dancing around. Okay, that's actually the active hydrogen in the water. That is the energy in the water. And you trust me, you want to drink that as quickly as possible. Okay, that's why I kind of laugh when Eric. Have you heard people are buying alkaline water from the grocery store? Have you heard there's bottling it now?
I've seen it.
Right?
Whole Foods carries a whole line of them now.
Eric, let me ask you a question. How long do you think, realistically, has those bottles been sitting there before the customers actually come and buy them?
You know, I've read about that. I've seen them as long as 6 months. Some of these companies are leaving them bottles. They're putting them in warehouses that are often warm and hot. So we're getting some of those chemicals leached in there as well.
Well, here's news for everybody. The Kangen water is strongest in the first 20 minutes that it's made.
That's right. It's the best time to drink it.
Yep. So if you can, by all means, even before you leave the house for work, drink a liter or two. And I'm telling you, you will feel that charge, that rush, and there's nothing like this, Eric. I get so excited for people because they have no idea what's in store for them, but this water is truly remarkable. The last thing I'll talk about, Eric, since we're kind of running out on time, is the pH. The pH for me, when I heard alkalinity, and you know, like I said, my background is in a whole other field. I'm in aerospace. I used to buy parts for airplanes. And I bought chips and circuits and all kinds of stuff like that. I didn't know anything about pH. When someone said the word alkaline to me, I mean, I almost feel bad saying it, but I thought they were talking about batteries. I said, alkaline, the first thing I think about is like a 9-volt battery. And then when I found out that this is a whole different type of alkalinity, that the pH of the body is so delicate, and it's so important for us to be slightly alkaline. Why is it? Because all the doctors, all the experts, all the scientists agree that health is always directly related to an alkaline diet or an alkaline lifestyle. When you start getting to the acidic side, that's lower than 7 on the pH scale, that's when you start to see all kinds of problems and health issues. So they're really talking about the importance of either A, having an alkaline diet, or B, how about an alkaline water? See, for me, Eric, it's got to be easy. I can't, you know, I got to tell you, I love eating my wife and I, we just took the girls out for pizza. Look, I don't always eat that, okay? I try to eat salads. I love spinach. I love broccoli. But I can't eat it breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, every now and then I'll cheat. But guess what I drink every single day, Eric? Every single day. Guess what my beverage of choice is? Kangen water. No, not Pepsi. Don't say not Pepsi. What? I haven't had a Pepsi or any soda in over 9 years, and I say that because you have no idea how much I loved it. I loved it, Eric. I was raised on soda pop. My mom even put it in a baby bottle. I'm not joking. I don't know if it's a Hispanic thing, but I can't tell you. She used to put soda in my baby bottle, and now I won't even touch it because when I found out how acidic it is to the body. It's way over like in the low 3, even 2.5 pH, and it's so detrimental to your health. So folks, if you're drinking that stuff, I don't want you to feel bad, but I want you to know the truth, okay? Pepsi doesn't want you to know that. Coca-Cola doesn't want you to know that. But I love Enagic because you know what? Had it not been for this amazing technology, I'd probably still be drinking soda pop. And then we scratching our head wondering why so many people in our country are sick. But it all has to do with pH. So pH, this water is so amazing, and with the Kangen 8, you can actually adjust it all the way up to 9.5, which is what I drink right now. I drink 9.5 pH, and actually I'm about to have some in a second here. But those are the 3 properties of the water. Now let me quickly get into the timing. You are so fortunate tonight to be on this webinar. I promise you, and I'm saying this with all my heart, that Enagic Kangen water is about to be a household name. I have not seen this type of momentum in over 9 years. I came back, and Eric, when I got involved in Enagic, I think all the paperwork, all the order forms, all the websites was in Japanese. Okay, now Think about the momentum on a global scale. We've got here in North America, in Brazil, in India, in Europe, and everybody's talking about Kangen water. So, folks, we're going to talk about a global trend and how you can be positioned for this wave that's about to come to North America. So, let's talk about the business side. And some of you may be saying, well, you know what? I'm not a salesperson. I'm not really looking to start a new business. I don't, I'm not good at these type of things. Let me tell you, neither was I. I'd never done sales in my life. But you know what the most amazing thing about Enagic is when it helps your family, when it helps your children, when it helps people that you love and care about. Eric, you can't help but tell others about it. And so I basically started with a handful of people that I know. Okay, I didn't put an ad out in the paper. I didn't add some massive campaign to try to get people to come to my house. I just shared it with a handful of people, and literally that snowball started to take over, and one person told another, told another, told another, and I have no idea how I got to 6A, but in 10 months, Eric, I got to a 6A level, and I didn't even know what 6A meant. It's the highest rank in the company on the pay scale. People say, how do you do it? To this day, I said, I don't know. I just got excited. I shared it with a few people. And I think, actually, to be exact, I shared it with six personal referrals. But because of the way the compensation plan is structured, it doesn't take a lot of people to see some major results. So I actually want to show them the 8-point slide. Enagic, what Enagic has done here, Mr. Oshiro, and I want to thank. One day I'm going to give him a big hug, because this man, his vision, he wants to truly give true health to the world, one glass at a time. Physical health, financial health, and peace of mind. It's the trinity that he talks about. You need all three, because if one is off, the others are going to eventually be affected. So you truly have the opportunity to start a global business. And the way it works is that there's basically an 8-point commission structure. What Enagic has done, instead of paying some celebrity, some artist, some big athlete, or one of these famous people, instead of having them endorse it, he actually decided to take all those marketing dollars and give them back to you, give them back to us, because we are the voice of Enagic. We are the people who are out there spreading true health with compassion, one family at a time. And so instead of paying some celebrity, he says, here, you know what? I'm going to give you this so that you can now have that financial stability that so many people are looking for. So the K8, for example, it has the sticker price of $4,980. Eric, knowing what I know now, I would have paid easily 4 or 5 times that without knowing what I know now. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Okay. The value is unbelievable. And then, of course, you got lifespan. And my machines are 10 years old, and they're working like I just bought them. So, like brand new.
Right. So you see this pie chart? I want you to pretend that that's a cake or a pie, and it's cut into 8 pieces. Okay. Now this patented system has never been done before. No other company, and I challenge you to go look for one. No other company has a patented commission structure. Folks, this is so amazing because, like I said a few minutes ago, it doesn't take a lot of people to see some serious results and showing up in your mailbox. So let me give you an example. On this next screen, you've got here what they call a 1A. Okay, everybody starts as a 1A. And what that means is that you're a 1-point agent. So let's say you got excited, you shared this with somebody that you know, it could be a friend, a coworker, a relative. They decide to say, hey, I want one of these. How do I get one? Well, Enagic is going to mail you a thank you check, simply for you sharing this with somebody that you know. So that first check, in the case of a K8, is $340 thank you envelope, and that's just the beginning. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole scenario, but basically, as you move up in rank, you eventually move all the way up through 1A, 2A, 3A, and what right now, the superstars you're about to hear, they just recently hit 6A. So what does that mean? Let's just put it into context. Let's say Lisa, she's over there in Chicago with her husband, and she tells a girlfriend of hers about this amazing technology. And her girlfriend gets excited and says, hey, I want one of these. Well, Lisa's going to get a nice little thank you envelope that's 6 points, 6 pieces of that pie, which translates to, see, she's smiling right now when I said that, to $2,040. And the best part about it, that every time that somebody joins your group or your Enagic family, I like to call them a family. I don't like to, people say downline but you know what? They're my team. They're my family. And so Lisa's girlfriend, she now has a Kangenate. And Lisa, there's no way that you're going to get your friend to be quiet about it. There's no way, even if you begged her and said, please, don't tell anyone you have one of these things. She's going to run out and she's going to tell the world. And guess what, Lisa? You are going to get another thank you check every single time your friend tells somebody about Kangenate and they decide to say yes to better health and better wealth and all that other stuff that we get. So anyhow, I think you all get the picture here, and we just wanted to give you a snapshot. And Eric, I'm excited. I want to just move into these superstars because I'm excited. I remember when I first turned 6A, and how my wife and I literally, Eric, when we got our first 3A check, I was in tears. I was literally in tears, Eric, because I felt like I didn't really deserve it. I said I didn't do anything for this. I helped somebody that I would have done it anyways. I don't know, Eric, if that makes sense, but I would have done it anyways.
Oh, absolutely.
And then imagine getting a check, even as a 3A, for $1,000. And I'm telling you, I got emotional because I remember at that point we didn't have groceries. I mean, we didn't have any food. I mean, we were living literally hand to mouth every week. We were, what I like to tell people, we were uncomfortably comfortable. In other words, we had enough for rent, we had enough for our car payment, we had barely enough for food. Forget about vacations, We just got by. And when I got that first $1,000 check, I think I was a 3A or 4A back then. I'm telling you, I was so overwhelmed. My wife and I, we went to the grocery store. We took the girls out. We celebrated. And imagine every day, just imagine every day you go to the mailbox and you get a thank you envelope for something that you would have done anyways, even if you didn't get paid for it. So Eric, I'm excited to hear, what our guests are going to share tonight, and I want to move out of the way because I'm sure everyone they got the picture. But Eric, I'm so excited for everyone tonight, and I'm really happy to be on the call. So Ron and Lisa, I want to invite you to come on out, and you're live from Chicago right now, and I'm really happy to be here with you. So take it away, Ron and Lisa.
Well, what a beautiful couple. It's good to have you guys here.
Yeah, and well, we're so honored. Thank you so much for inviting us to this webinar.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me pull up your slides here, and we can talk about, where I'd like to begin, if you guys don't mind, is kind of talking about how you found Enagic to start out with. What was that process like?
Okay, sure. Well, there was an article on aspartame that kept showing up on my news feed on Facebook, and I clicked on it. It was on aspartame, and it was actually Rhonda Gessner. That was her blog that I stumbled upon. And let's just go back. So prior to that, I was working full-time, 9 to 5. Okay. And I was a senior consultant for benefits, and it was very stressful. And I actually just resigned, Eric. So Friday is my last day at work.
Congratulations!
So thank you. We are so excited. We're so happy. And guess what I get to do after this webinar? I have to go back to work and do some things for Affordable Care Act deadlines. So this week is not easy for me, but I'm so happy that I'm going to be able to walk away from the job on Friday and focus on Enagic full-time. And Ron is already full-time Enagic, and I'll just let him share what he used to do prior to that.
Yeah, prior to Enagic, Eric, I was a partner for a nursing agency. And we sent nurses and doctors, to patients' homes. And it was fun, but until I started getting the bills, all the different payrolls, the insurances, all the taxes, and just the other headaches of just running a business with multiple employees. And I felt stuck. I didn't know. I wanted to get out.
Hamster on a wheel.
Yeah, basically, yes. I'm happy that I did it, but it was enough. And but I felt stuck. I didn't know what else to do out there. I was doing it for 7, 8 years. I'm like, gosh, I haven't interviewed in such a long time. And fortunately, Lisa found this company, and I'm like, wow, this is actually a perfect fit for not only me but for us. We always wanted to help people, but how can we make a living from just helping people? And I think this is just a great combination.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So that's the article that Rhonda Gessner, it went viral, and I kept seeing it on the news feed.
She blew our servers up like crazy with this. So I remember this article. It went viral, and they did a great job with their marketing, because I know they pulled in a lot of people, and it's so cool to actually connect that with you guys right now. That's awesome.
Well, I really consider that day as a God moment for us, because it was shortly after Ron's doctor told him he needed to increase his body's pH. He was getting kidney stones every 3 to 6 months. Wow. And the doctor, he was in a lot of pain, and it was causing us a lot of money for him to go to the hospital. Yeah. It was not a good time in our lives. And it was really starting to impact his schedule, the family schedule, everything. So when we stumbled on that article, there was a link at the bottom, and it was related to Dr. Otto Warburg, and it was talking about pH. That is what caught my eye, and how appropriate, because before that, we had no idea how, like what Omar said, the importance of body's pH. We had no idea. So I actually called Rhonda, and I spoke to her for about an hour and a half on the phone, I think. She explained the technology. She shared with us her experience with Ron, and then she went, right into talking about how I could get my machine for free. And when I first learned about the machine and the cost, sticker shock, right? Like everybody has.
That was the first thing I said. I go,
right.
You're going to get the cheapest machine.
Right. I think that's what everyone's reaction is, because they don't know. Right. Because they don't know.
Yeah.
Right. And so they don't know the value of it. So of course, we said we were going to get the cheapest one, but then Rhonda sent us the demo, the kangandemo.com. We watched it. We had no clue that Chicago had an Enagic office at the time. We purchased the machine just from talking with Rhonda, watching the Kangen demo, and taking that leap of faith. And later on, we found out that there was an Enagic office, so we didn't even try the water. We just took that leap of faith, and we are so glad that we did not stumble on a different brand. We are so grateful that, again, it gave us improved health, not just on Ron's side, but also for me, my whole family. And then we extended that to my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law extended it to her friends, and then our friends. It just kept getting bigger and bigger. And truly, that's how it became a business, because we only wanted to get our money back. We learned that 8 to 10 referrals and sales would get our machines paid off. So we really just wanted our money back. But because it grew, and then we started getting these thank you checks, we're like, "Ooh, this is actually not bad."
It's fun.
And it's so fulfilling to share the water, and then get feedback from the people that, I know we're not supposed to make any health claims or anything. It really just gets the body in that right environment, the healthy environment to heal itself. So I've felt all kinds of great experience with drinking the water. We never leave home without it. And
just like Omar, the knowledge that we know now, we would definitely pay 3 to 4 times what the amount that we did pay.
Yeah.
The value, we value it so much that, there are times that, we have key people that would like to try our machine, even though we do have a loaner. I told Lisa, I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do without our machine?
Yeah.
It's like, we have to have it, but, we needed to share it, because we have some important potential business builders that can join, that was able to join us. So we needed to lend it.
Exciting. So what I did there, guys, is I had some folks that wanted to see that article a little closer.
Oh.
So as you notice, I kind of zoomed in and messed my presentation up a little bit, but you know, the video of us down below kind of covers the screen. I try to account for that with this presentation, but we'll try to do a better job next time. So you guys, I mean, you're sharing some of your reactions to this whole thing. Let's kind of dive into that a little bit. So you got a machine, you're drinking the water. What was that process like for you?
So in the beginning, we didn't even hook up our machine right away because at that time we did not realize the value of it. Okay, I look back on that day and I think it's so crazy that we waited because, like Ron said, right now we can't go a day without it. But the technology is awesome. It really was hard for me to conceptualize how water can be such a strong antioxidant. I totally get it now with those medical plates, so I love that part. And like Omar said, we drink it straight from the machine first thing in the morning, 2 glasses right away. As far as, you know, the water and the various drinks with the pHs, who knew? Who knows that stuff? Nobody, like I know, certainly drank alkaline water, knew anything about how acidic those drinks are. And I actually see people buying cases and cases still of water and all those bad drinks.
Plastic bottles.
We bought it all the time for ourselves and for our children.
And so I cringe knowing that, but again, it's become an evolution for us to learn more about our bodies and educate other people so that they can also learn how, you know, some of their favorite drinks are creating that unhealthy environment in their body.
Yeah, that's important, and you know, it's a wake-up call. You know, same thing happened to me when I discovered it 10 years ago. I was lugging around bottles from the health food stores. You know, those big 5-gallon jugs of reverse osmosis water, which was actually leaching minerals from my body because it lacked what you know, water should have, the mineral content, should have all these things. So it's just amazing. I hope people can understand that the amount of money they're going to save just on bottled water alone is astronomical. I mean, it's such a wake-up call. It's amazing.
And you need to help the environment too, Eric.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, as most of us know nowadays, there's an island of plastic in the Pacific Ocean that's just swirling around out there. They're finding birds and animals, aquatic life filled with plastic inside. I mean, it's a social responsibility, guys. We need to get rid of the bottled water. Only use that if there's an emergency. Get yourself a glass bottle or a stainless steel bottle that you can use all the time and fill it with that delicious H2-rich Kangen water. And I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. If you're on this show for the first time and you haven't tried Kangen water, definitely get in touch with the person that introduced you because they can get you going on that. So, I mean, it's just fabulous, guys, isn't it?
Yes, we love it. Love it.
So, you know, the product obviously is enriching your life. Let's talk about that a little bit. What kind of things have we experienced there?
Right. So before Enagic, I never knew what true health was. You always think about health as far as physical health. But, you know, as Mr. Oshiro says, true health is more than just physical health. It's, you know, your mind and your body, but also your finances. Because if one of those is not healthy, then you're stressed out. And that is not the full picture of true health. And so for us, getting those additional referral checks, it's less stressful that we don't have to worry about bills that are piling up. You know, we're able to have that peace of mind that we can pay for our son's college tuition, his rent at his apartment while he's away at school. So many things that plus with me being able to leave my job, nobody should ever feel stuck at a stressful job. Nobody should ever feel miserable. Everybody should love what they do. And I totally get that now.
And that's what we're teaching our kids now. Like, you know, yes, money is important, but if you can pursue something that you're really passionate about, then money will follow you.
Right.
So if you could be happy, then quite frankly, that can be a little bit more important than the well. And then in the sideline, we are introducing the Kangen business and the water sharing to them, so eventually they will start doing the business as well.
Right.
Yeah. So getting started with Enagic, what was it? What was the process of deciding to join Enagic like? I know we touched on that just a little bit, but.
So in our first year, 2014, we said that I set a goal for myself that I would try to introduce it to 8 to 10 people so that I can get my machine paid off. At that time that I set that, I was like, well, that's a very ambitious goal. But guess what? By the end of 2014, we doubled that. So it's totally possible. And now that I know what I know as far as the business opportunity behind it and just how much we value the products, whether it's UCON or the machines, it's totally possible if you just put the consistent effort. Yeah, and it's truly about helping other people, whether it's introducing it to them to help them understand about their bodies and understand the opportunities, or whether it's helping the people that have purchased the machines to also pay off the machine, but also to help them with the business.
And we're definitely trying to follow Rhonda's mantra of demos, demos, demos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's working it every day, doing webinars every day. Yeah. And Rhonda, how you doing, sweetheart? We're gonna get to you here in just a second. We're excited to hear your story.
Great.
You introduced your friends and family first, right? I mean, that's kind of how it starts. You guys start drinking the water. It's a very similar story for everybody. They start drinking the water. It changes their lives in ways that we can't even mention on this call because they don't want us to. But drink the water and you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Definitely.
Powerful stuff. So how long did it take your business to take off after you started introducing everyone?
So we didn't really start talking about the water too much until probably June of 2014. So after that, though, when we started doing presentations, it was quite easy actually to just get people to understand, and when they get the big picture of health is the number one wealth. Doesn't matter how wealthy you are if you don't have good health. So once they start to realize that, and also it's kind of scary to see, some of the statistics of diseases out there that, how do you know if something's brewing inside you? Just start getting that body to a healthy state.
Yeah, that's an important aspect.
So I guess it was about 2 years for us, to eventually become 6A, but really getting from 5A to 6A. We went to Romy's Super Saturday in November, and we had just turned 5A at that point. So from 5A to 6A, we did that in a few months.
So you guys just turned 6A today too. I mean, we're celebrating today, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
So happy.
You guys said you would make it. You guys said to me, you said, I'm going to make it to 6A before the webinar, and you absolutely did it. Congratulations. How exciting. I mean, you guys are really making amazing things happen. That's absolutely fantastic. Congratulations on that. So all of these elements, I mean, I like these slides because it talks about kind of the things that have happened in your life, your diet changes, your fulfilling opportunity by helping others, because we do change lives here, guys. This is a life-changing thing. You're going to help people. How great is it to actually help people? Where you can actually be in a business, in a movement rather. I don't even like to call it a business. Being part of a movement of true health, and actually know that you're going to enrich their lives. You're going to enrich them in ways that they've never experienced before. It's just priceless, absolutely priceless. Yeah. And then Enagic offers you just a life that you couldn't imagine back when you were working those other jobs, right, guys? Look at this.
Yep.
Time, freedom, family, life, everything, man. So tell us a little bit about that. I mean, what's Enagic like for you guys now? You're able to travel and do all this exciting stuff.
Yes, we have a few distributors that are in different states now. So, in February we went to Phoenix, and I mean it's It's business, right? It
Right.
is. It really is. But we were able to help our distributor there. We're looking forward to going to New York and possibly, taking a little detour to visit Ron and Rhonda. So these are things that we just enjoy, and we're at a point in our lives where we want to have that time freedom. We want to enjoy our life while we're still healthy, not when we're older and, not able to move around as much.
And this is the team that makes it happen right here, right?
That's right.
This is now your growing team. You've got a lot of powerful people on your team. And I love that quote that you provided us. Yeah, we rise by lifting others. And that is so true. That is everything that I believe in. It's the reason why I'm involved with Enagic at the level that I'm involved with Enagic. There's nothing like it on the planet. Nothing like it.
Right.
We work with all kinds of companies out there for this type of thing. And no one can provide that. So you guys got a great team building right now. They're helping you reach your goals.
Yep.
Yeah,
making things happen.
Active distributors that have really, we owe the success, a lot of the success that we've seen in the past couple of months, we really owe it to our team. We are helping them. They are also helping us, though. So we love working with them.
Yeah, for those that don't know what 6A means, 6A is like your first goal when you get in. It's 100 machines. And it's your first goal, and we've seen people just hit that at all different levels. You guys get in 2 years. That's a great job there with that. And of course, today's the day.
Yeah, 2 years on a part-time basis.
And I'd like to say that it's also the same month that Ron and Rhonda hit 6A as well when she first did it.
All right. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting, isn't it?
So we're definitely
the stars
following suit.
Yeah, the stars are in alignment, aren't they? And you've been able to reach amazing people. I see some great pictures here of Don Prosser and all kinds of our family members. We refer to each other as family. We help each other grow and succeed. It's just phenomenal for you guys to be able to do this and to travel and to see all of these amazing things happen for so many people.
Yeah, we just want to do what the leaders of Enagic are doing. We attend as much as possible the Saturday calls, the webinars. We attend all that as much as possible because there's a lot of little bits of information that you can really pick up and learn from them. So we never we never miss out on any of those. We try to make all of them, and it's just awesome to hear their stories as well. It's very inspirational.
It's very motivational.
Yeah, it's very they motivate us, so we just.
You guys are in action, enjoying the journey, because a lot of times people say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. The journey is rich, the journey is beautiful.
Right.
Look at all the activities, all the fun stuff we get to do together. It's just so wonderful.
Exactly.
So, there's a lot of people out there, guys, that are just looking at Enagic for the first time. They've been invited to this webinar. What advice, I love to ask this question of all my guests, what advice would you give them if they were seeing this for the first time? I mean, we've all been in the shoes where it was the first time. What would you say to them?
Well, I always feel that, if people don't know or don't open their mind to learning, they could miss out on an awesome opportunity, an amazing blessing. We really feel like Enagic was a true blessing for us that only God could have made happen. And I'm so grateful that we stumbled on the right brand, the right technology for Ron and for our whole family. And I want so badly to share that with people so that I can help them. But sometimes they're not open to it, and I just say it's not their time for the blessing, because I truly feel like it's been a blessing for us. And I know many people have been in the business or have had the machines for years, like 10 years or so, and we've only had it for a little over 2 years, and I wish we had had it much sooner than that. So as much as possible, I want to encourage people. Keep an open mind. You might be missing out on a blessing.
Yeah, and when you, as far as distributors, don't think of it as you're trying to sell a product. I think what's our change is that when we're just trying to educate people, when you show that, then you come out a little bit more sincere, and then the person that you're introducing it to, they're a little bit more open and receptive. So if we come in saying, okay, I'm just here to educate you, and that is really my primary goal, but then if you can come away with something from our little meeting, then we did our job.
Yeah, we don't look at it as a sales. It's more of an education.
Awesome. Well, thank you, too, for sharing your absolutely beautiful story. It's so good to have you on. I've seen thousands of people over the decade that I've been involved have the same story, so it's just exciting. I never get bored of hearing it. God bless you guys, and bless all the work that you're doing, and may prosperity continue to follow you on through the rankings, because I know you guys are here to stay. Congratulations with your rank advancement, and congratulations with quitting those jobs.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Eric.
You're welcome. All right. So we did start a little later today, so we're just going to go just a little bit longer here. We'd love to introduce Rhonda Gessner out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Absolute sweetheart. Rhonda, how long have we been working together now? It's been what?
It's going on 6 years, Eric.
6 years. Awesome. I wish Ron was here. Absolutely love Ron. We'll be able to see a couple pictures of him here enjoying life, but it's just a pleasure to have you on, and make sure you send our love to Ron. And I'm really impressed with you guys, I have to say. You have built an absolutely incredible business, very, very remarkable that you've been able to go into places like Nigeria and Bermuda, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in Nigeria, you've got a high-ranking team out there. They were featured on stage at the global event, and I just think that's awesome. To think about people in Nigeria normally think, what, really? They're creating success out there with Enagic. This is a global business. Congratulations on that.
Eric, that is so exciting to us. Ugo from Abuja, Nigeria, just made 6A2 a little bit earlier this month. And
that's just fantastic.
Yeah, she is an amazing leader. I don't know if you saw my post a couple days ago, but I just happened to check the leaderboards for Europe, and Ugo was listed as number 3 in sales in all of Europe, and her husband Kingsley is number 5. I mean,
wow.
They're just a phenomenal couple. And in fact, I was chatting with her today on Facebook, and she was on an airplane just getting ready to take off to come over to New York because she's leaving and going on that cruise with Romy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they're
nice. That's exciting.
To leave here in a day or two to go to several different islands down through the Caribbean. And
I wanted to do that. I just can't get away from this computer. Oh my! Well,
she's bringing 2 of her key distributors with her, and so wow, yeah, they are just phenomenal leaders. We're very blessed.
Well, tell us a bit. Oh, absolutely. We're all very blessed. I mean, it's just exciting, to be a part of this. Tell us a bit about where you started. I mean, what were you guys doing, you and Ron, before this whole journey started?
Well, I actually spent 17 years in network marketing back in the 80s and 90s. I started at a very young age. I had just turned 21, and I saw this tremendous potential in network marketing. And so I joined a nutritional company that's still around today. And the main reason I did it, of course, I love their products, but I really wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And so even though with that company I never achieved the financial goals that I had set for myself, but it did allow me to stay home for 17 years and raise 3 amazing kids. So that's something you just don't put a price tag on. So I'm very, very thankful for that. From there,
I'm trying to get your slides to come up. I'm sorry about that.
From there, I kind of went through, divorce and ended up selling my business. I just kind of felt like, you know what, I just need to start all over,
do a fresh start,
something different. And I took a job in collections for our local hospital here. I worked for Lancaster General Hospital for 7 years.
Wow.
And I don't know if this slide's going to come up, but I have a picture of cubicles like we sat in. And oh my goodness, after being an entrepreneur most of my adult life, being confined to a cubicle, staring in a computer screen with a headset on attached to my phone for 10 hours a day almost made me crazy. I actually don't know how I did it for 7 years. But thankfully, I came to my senses. Actually, no, I didn't. I can't say that at all because I did not come to my senses. What happened was I actually did quit my job, and I was determined to learn how to do online marketing. So I was in the process of trying to learn online marketing when Ron ended up very, very sick. He ended up in the hospital in the spring of 2010, and it was one of those days where we felt like, I mean, somebody pulled the rug right out from under us. I mean, it was devastating because he received a diagnosis of a life-threatening illness, and our world was turned upside down. I mean, he was not able to go back to work. So here, you know, he now can't work. I'm trying to learn to do online marketing, so we really had no income worth discussing. And we ended up losing our home that year. So 2010 for us was just absolutely a devastating year. But I always say, but God. The story's not over. During the time after he was diagnosed, I was frantically searching for some answers. With my background with that other company, I did have a lot of knowledge about health and nutrition, and I knew that God designed our body to heal itself if we can manage to get all the pieces of the puzzle in place. So I was just doing some research, and that's when we got a phone call from Jan Moore Boyer. She lives 3 hours away from us in Clearfield, Pennsylvania. And she's the one that shared Kangen water with us. And we know, I mean, we absolutely know that this was an answer to prayer. It was not just a coincidence because we didn't even know Jan that well. But she called us just within a week or two after he was diagnosed. And, you know, I was telling her what I was learning about pH and how it affected your health and everything going on with Ron. And she said to me, I'll never forget this, she said, Rhonda, I have this Japanese machine sitting on my kitchen counter that makes alkaline water. And she reminded me that our body's 75% water. And anyway, everything that she said just made perfect sense. And so we got our Kangen water machine. We got immediate results. I hope you can get those slides.
I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm almost there, I think. It's I don't know what's going on here.
Because I have a before and after picture of Ron that is...
there we go. I think we're close here. Hold on one second.
There are those...
The cubicle.
Dreadful cubicles. But yeah, here's the before and after picture of Ron. I mean, that says it all. We really shouldn't have to do anything but show people before and after pictures. What you know, it's all about God designed our body to heal itself, and we're just helping, assisting it by providing the right environment. So anyway, we continued from there. We could not stop talking about Kangen water. We went on to become a 6A in about 7 months. And that's partly because we were, you know, we had full time to do it. You know, it wasn't like Ron and Lisa. They were both working other jobs. Ron couldn't go back to his job because of his health. And once he started feeling better and we knew about Enagic, he didn't want to go back. So we started in the Amish community because Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in case you don't know, we have the second largest Amish community here. And the Amish are very interested in health and nutrition and prevention. They don't have insurance, so they're not so quick, to just run to the doctor and get a pill that's going to cover up the symptoms.
Right.
And it really, the business just took off like crazy for us in the Amish community. And our very first 6A was John Lee Stolzfus, and he is Amish. I think his wife is pictured on the next slide. She's the one there on the far right. And actually, so John Lee became a 6A in 2011. His wife, Katie, now is just a couple sales away from 6A, so John Lee will be a 6A2 here very shortly. And here they are,
wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, building a business with no electricity, no computers, no vehicles. I mean, we have no excuse if they can do it. And I want to say one thing here. I mean, the Amish were phenomenal for selling the machines, but it is a little more challenging as far as business builders.
Oh, yeah.
Because of not having all the technology. So what kind of happened around this time a couple years ago for Ron and I, we have some pretty rough winters here in Pennsylvania, and so we made a decision that we wanted to become what they call snowbirds. And I don't know if everybody knows what that is, but here in our area, it just means people that go somewhere warm for the winter months.
Yep.
And we didn't want to have to be here for the 3 or 4 really, really cold, snowy months of the year. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's what made us decide we wanted to figure out a way to bring our business online and stop doing everything at least 100% offline. So we started doing webinars the very beginning of 2013. And that is what has allowed us, through Facebook and webinars, has allowed us to now build a global business. That's where we met Ugo from Nigeria. We met her on Facebook. We met Pat O'Connor on Facebook, and she's our leader from Bermuda. And of course we met Ron and Lisa. I mean, how exciting is today for Ron and I to have a brand new 6A.
So here's some of your folks from Bermuda. I'm just going to skip ahead there since my slides got messed up. Sorry about that. I had to reload them. We're up and running here, so we'll just kind of skip around and show everybody. But there's your dream team there.
Yes, absolutely. We have another 6A, Kelvin from Nigeria, and I'm expecting we'll have a pretty large team at the Las Vegas event. And yes, this is for us, the biggest perk of this business is the time freedom. I mean, it really is, excuse me, all about lifestyle. I mean, you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have the time to enjoy it, I mean, what good is it?
Exactly.
And I mean, we just are so grateful. So many times on a Sunday night, we will talk about, do you remember when? We used to get that sick feeling in the pit of our stomach on Sunday nights, knowing we had to get up early and get out in that rat race on Monday morning. I mean, we don't do that anymore. And for us, we have 5 just absolutely beautiful grandkids from 2 to 13. And look at this. This is 3 of the boys. I mean, to me, you cannot put a price tag on being able to be at their baseball games. There you see Ron taking them fishing. One of them plays lacrosse. We have a granddaughter starting gymnastics. I mean, coming up here in the spring, I will have 6 games a week to go to between these grandkids. If I worked a regular job, there would be no way possible that I could do that. But just,
that's right.
Yeah, I mean, it's those things, those memories that we're making with the grandkids. And of course, it does allow us to travel. Here you see us, that's our Kangen mobile, we call it. We have actually since sold that to another 6A. How cool is that? And all of the vacations and all the traveling that we do is also tax deductible. I mean, we got to take a cruise with Romy to Bermuda, and right off the cruise, and go down there, and we did a meeting down there for our team in Bermuda. I mean, it's just, you're able to, I think what it is, and I know I have this on a slide, what I love so much about this is we are able, what we do is we take our church activities, because we do our absolute best to keep God first. Well, before I say that, here you see, this is our team from Bermuda. Ugo and a friend from Nigeria actually went along on that cruise. So that was just so much fun. That allowed Ron and I to take two things off of our bucket list. We wanted to go to Bermuda. We had never been on a cruise, so there were two things that we got to do. But what I was going to say about the time freedom is we put our church activities on our calendar first. We put our family activities on our calendar second, and then we work our business around all those things. And when you're working a regular job, you have to do it the opposite. I mean, look how hard Ron works.
Yeah, that's some hard. He's probably chatting right about there, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's what we call the laptop lifestyle. If you have a laptop and a cell phone, you can run your business from out on the swing, hanging out on the chaise lounge. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can be on the beach.
We've got some amazing tools, and this company has just resources out, just unbelievable amount of resources to help people build the business. It's so attainable for people out there.
Just real quickly, this one I think is just, I don't know that everybody understands that there are two ways to generate income, and linear income is what most people are earning. They're exchanging hours for dollars, and if they don't work, they don't get paid. Where leveraged income, you either need to have a lot of money in the bank drawing interest, or you need to build a network like those of us in Enagic. And so now we're all of us that have built large networks, it's kind of like that saying of J. Paul Getty, I'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. And so while we might decide to take the day off and go do something fun with the grandkids, but we have hundreds of other distributors that are actively building their Enagic business. They're doing it for their reasons, not because of Ron and I. And so it's a phenomenal opportunity for what I call, for average people with above average desire to have an above average life.
Absolutely. So you've just built an incredible business. You've been able to travel around, leverage technology. You've been able to spend time. Time freedom is definitely something that I think is at the top of the list for everyone here on this webinar and in Enagic. I mean, it's amazing to be able to write your own schedule. You got to run to the store. You can do that. You're in charge of everything. You're not working the job. You're not having to clock in. You're not having to to basically work off the table scraps of other successful people. You're able to create your own network. You guys have done it. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people across the world are doing it, and it's totally within your reach. In closing, Rhonda, tell us any advice that you'd like to give our newcomers out there. What would you say?
Well, this, like I totally agree with Ron and Lisa. I mean, this has just been such a huge blessing in our life, as hundreds, I guess probably every Enagic distributor feels the same way. And I absolutely love that what we do, our job is to help people get healthier and wealthier. I mean, that is the biggest win-win. I mean, other than being a pastor, I don't know of anything that could possibly be more rewarding. I mean, those are two such important things like we talk about with true health. If you're totally stressed out financially, it is going to take a toll on your health. So we have a company that answers both of those things, our mental health, our emotional health, our financial health, and just our physical health. All of these things are going to be improved by Enagic. And I think the main thing in being successful in this business is just always to remember to keep the mission before the commission.
Yep.
Right. Mm-hmm.
If you're
I agree with that.
Yeah. If your total focus is on other people and how can I help them, how can I make their life better, you can't help but succeed. I think when it gets stressful for people trying to build a business is if they think too much about themselves and what are my goals and when do I want to. If you turn that around and you just, when do Ron and Lisa want to be 6A? When does Ugo want to be 6A? And you totally take the focus off of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
You get what you give, and another thing that I always love is the fact that you know, your success is their success. You know, so that's what's great about Enagic. Mr. Ashiro was brilliant when he created this. In fact, I'll just throw him up here on the screen so everybody can see him. But Mr. Ashiro created this if I can even get it to work. This is our founder, Mr. Ashiro, and he really put a lot of work into creating this opportunity, and he covered all the bases. I mean, we literally have something that is going to give people the ability to create every single balance in every single part of their life, guys. So hopefully you can feel our hearts here. We're going to welcome all of you out there that are just learning about Enagic to join our family. Take the next step. There are many ways to join Enagic. There is a online demonstration that you can watch. I highly suggest, if you've not seen a Kangen demo yet, write this down. I've put it in chat. Maybe Daryl can pop it in there as well. KangenDemo.com, and you'll be able to see a very good demo done by one of the top leaders here in Enagic, Bobby Gurdelli. Okay, so this is your homework. Go there, watch this incredible demo. It's going to open your eyes big time, and get in touch with the person that invited you to this webinar. You know, the rest of your life begins with a single step, a single choice, and I highly encourage all of you out there that haven't made the choice to jump on the prosperity train with us, jump on the joyful, happy, you know, very fulfilling, life-changing system that we have here together. It's second to none, and when you do join, reach out to me. I'm Eric Prusak at Enagic Web System. And Omar, gosh, man, you did a great job. Thank you so much for your part in this. And, of course, our guests are absolutely lovely. Your stories were fantastic. Thank you, everyone, so much. And I apologize we didn't start till a little bit later. Might went a little bit over time, but I think it was worth every moment of it. What do you guys think?
Absolutely. It was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again.
Ron and Lisa, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Omar.
All right, guys.
Now we'll be here next week, next Wednesday. So make sure you get with the person who invited you. Get a link for next week's webinar. Start sharing it with other people, because this is pretty much doing the selling for you. So all you got to do is get involved, get your machine, get yourself set up, invite people to these webinars, and the rest will be taken care of. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for being here. Bye for now. Cheers, everybody. All right, everyone. Hopefully we get connected. I'm not sure what's happening. It looks like it's working now. Would like to welcome everybody to the True Health webinar. Our apologies for starting a little bit late there. We have had just a slight technical issue, but we're going to get this show started tonight. Welcome to the True Health webinar. This is Eric Prusak, the show host, and we have some great guests that are going to be joining us here in just a moment. I'm just getting them a new link right now, and we'll get this show started. So just give us about 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll get going. Just checking to see if everything's working there. Can you guys see me okay out there in the chat room? Let me know. Say hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Welcome, everybody. All right, fantastic. There for a minute, I didn't think we were going to have a webinar, but it looks like everything has fixed itself, and hopefully everybody knows to reset, or at least the screen refreshes. Welcome, Bruce. Welcome, Sean. It's good to have you. Carmen, Carolyn, Christine, Bill. Everybody's flowing in like crazy right now. So I'm so happy that we were able to recover, and everything is good. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate it. Hi, Maribel from North Carolina. It's great to see you. People coming in from all over the world. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Our guests are coming online right now, and we're recovering. So this is when you just go like this. You know, I had spent all day putting a show together. It's going to be a great show, and there for a minute I thought, well, what's going on here? It didn't connect the first time. So, all right. This is the True Health webinar. My name is Eric Prusak from the Enagic web system. We host these webinars every Wednesday night, and I know we have a lot of new people out there tonight. A lot of our guests are first-time Enagic, just getting introduced to Enagic for the first time, and so this webinar is going to basically give you a bird's-eye view of the entire mission that is what we call True Health: mind, body, and finances. True health is something that we all desire in our lives. We all want to be healthy. We all want to be happy. We all want to be prosperous. And when one of those areas is out of balance in our lives, we're generally not happy, right, guys? And we're not in a happy, thriving state. So it's all about thriving here. We're thriving here at Enagic, and we're reaching out to all of you to give you a chance to thrive in your own lives. And I hope by the close of this presentation, you'll see very clearly the power that Enagic has to deliver everyone out there, because there's no other company like it on the face of this planet. Been working with Enagic for 10 years, and it's been exciting. Got some great guests here joining me tonight. I've got Omar Ramirez coming out of Southern Cal. How you doing, brother?
Eric, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me this evening.
So good to have you on. You're going to do a really awesome presentation for us here in just a few minutes. We're going to check in with Lisa. Hopefully she can get connected here in just a moment. But we also have Rhonda from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing great, Eric.
So
glad to be on here tonight.
Yeah, it looks great. I love your house back there. It looks beautiful. So Ron couldn't make it tonight. That's okay. I know he's got some things going on. So we'll just carry the energy. I know he's here in spirit. It's so good to have you. And what I want to do here, just pop in and make sure Lisa can get in okay, and I'll work on that with her, and I'm sure she'll pop in here before too long. But let's go ahead and get started this evening. We have a great presentation put together for you. So for the next 20 minutes, we want to do a presentation about Enagic. We want to share with you the absolute power of not only, we're going to tell you about who our company is, where we've come from, so you get a good idea of how solid our company is. Been over 4 decades strong, Enagic. We're going to talk about the product line briefly, the very powerful, all-powerful Kangen water that we're all talking about, that we can't stop drinking and talking about every single day. And then we're going to talk about the absolute power in the compensation plan. So Mr. Ashiro's mission of True Health was to bring, he wants to power the world with this mission of True Health, which is achieving a healthy mind, body, and finances. And he's given us a platform that I think is probably the best platform in the world, getting people engaged in this. I've seen people go 6A so fast. reaching their financial goals faster than any other business that I've seen, and I've worked with many other networking direct sales companies for well over 16 years now. So I've got some experience in this area. And Omar, what I'd like to do is bring you out and let's do a presentation. And while you're doing that, I'll work on getting Lisa in here. But I want to toss it over to you, my friend, because you've been around for what, 8 years? You and I've been hanging out, huh?
It's been a minute, yeah. I can't believe it.
Love it, man, and you have done absolutely amazing with your business. I mean, you're a rock solid dude, man. We love you. You're out there just making it happen. Every time I see you, I just love you. I love seeing you. I love seeing you speak, and I'm looking forward to your presentation tonight, bro.
Hey, thanks so much, Eric. Appreciate it, and I want to first of all thank all of you for being on the line with us tonight. It's a really special call, especially if you're on for the first time. Fasten your seatbelt, because the information that you're about to receive is life-changing, and I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank all of you for spending a few minutes with us tonight. I do want to acknowledge Eric and the fabulous team over at the EWS. Just the tools that you've put together for us. This webinar has made such a big difference in for me personally, because now I actually have people live on this webinar tonight, Eric, that have been dying to get to a presentation, but because of life, they're busy, their kids and work and all these things. Now we brought the meeting to their living room. So hats off to you guys. Technology is like awesome, and the momentums with these tools is just unbelievable. So thanks, Eric. And
brother.
Thank you so much. I'll get right into it. I'm not gonna really cover everything, because there's too much information really to cover in 20 minutes. I'm just gonna highlight some of the things here that I feel are important. But before I get into that, I just want to ask you a favor. If you can kindly remove any distractions that may be interfering with the information that we're going to share with you, because it truly is important. And I just want to ask for the next few minutes, just give us your undivided attention. Turn off the TV, get off the Facebook. Obviously, if you're on the webinar, you're probably not on Facebook, but just focus for the next few minutes on this information. I'm going to go through it very quickly, and towards the end of the presentation, we're going to give you a link that you can actually see a complete demonstration of the product. But tonight, I want to focus on some of the bullet points that this amazing opportunity has for us. And the whole theme of tonight really is true health. What is true health? And when I ask you tonight to think of true health, you may think that true health only has to do with your physical state of being. You may be the healthiest person in your gym, or in your neighborhood. But how healthy would you really be if you couldn't pay your mortgage, or you couldn't pay your rent, or your car just got repossessed? It's really, looking at the big picture, true health means that you've got mind, body, and finances obviously all together. You can't have, like Eric said, we all want the same things. Tonight we're going to share with you a very unique opportunity that can actually deliver all that for you. So we're going to get right into the presentation. My name is Omar Ramirez. I'm from Southern California. My wife and I have been married for 10 years. We have 3 beautiful daughters. A lot of people ask me how I got the name Omar. They ask me if I'm Arabic or from the Middle East. I have no idea how my dad picked that name. My dad's Dominican. And my mom's from Argentina, but I don't know how to play baseball, and I sure don't know how to tango. So I don't know what happened to me. I'm all messed up, Eric. And my wife's from the Philippines, okay? So, I mean, talk about the United Nations. But anyhow, that's my story. And Enagic has been around since 1974. That is very important. I want you to make a mental note of that, okay? This is not a fly-by-night opportunity where people are coming in here making tons of money and then it disappears, okay? This is a rock-solid company based out of Japan, and we've been expanding like crazy in the past few months. Many of you have heard of the news that we just opened up in India. We'll get in that in a second.
Oh, yeah.
But tonight we'll talk about the company. They're an original equipment manufacturer, and I know what that means because my background in aerospace, I used to work for Boeing. What an OEM is basically they do everything in-house. So you can see the pictures there in front of you, the engineers assembling piece by piece these amazing devices. It goes through, I think, 22-point inspection by one engineer, just like a Mercedes-Benz. I got to tell you, I'm a proud owner of an SD501. That's the classic machine. I invested in that way back in 2007. and knock on wood, it still works like the first day I bought her. And I recently upgraded to the new K8, which we're going to show you in a few minutes. And the only reason I did that because everyone was raving about it, and now that I have it, I understand why. So we'll talk about the new K8 in a second. But I want to also talk about the accolades of Enagic. Why is Enagic so? Why is it so unique? Why is this company so different from all the rest? Well, number one,